My name is Melanie Prophet, and I will be talking about ADHD research-based teaching strategies. First, I have some facts about ADHD. An estimated 3.5% of the student population in the United States have ADHD. That's about 1.46 to 2.46 million children. And that is just children that have been diagnosed with it. There could be a bunch more that parents aren't sure or are unable to take their children, so they don't exactly know what's going on with them. How kids with ADD or ADHD tend to act. Kids that suffer with ADHD have a tendency to be fidgety and disruptive. They like to have a lot of attention put on themselves, and they are hyperactive, and they could become easily distracted. A lot of kids require something to do while sitting at their desk, such as holding something in their hands or having an extra activity to do while the other students are completing their own work. A lot of the time it's hard for them to not get up and move around and just wiggle in their chairs. A lot of kids are able to just pick up a book and kind of read it, wait for their classmates to finish. A child with ADHD has a harder time doing that if reading is not something that they enjoy doing, because it requires them to sit still and focus on one thing, and that is hard for a child that has ADHD. Ways to help children with ADD or ADHD. Kids with ADHD may need to have a manipulative to help keep their focus and lessen the disruptions in the class. These are called fidgets, and they range from like a koosh ball or something called a tangle, which is a little toy that can twist and they can stretch it all around, and or something just like a stress ball that they can squeeze in their hands. Something else that you could do with a child that has ADHD is allow that child to listen to music or recorded version of the lesson, and that will help keep their mind on something else while still completing the task at hand. It's very hard for a child with ADHD to focus on a reading lesson at times. Here are some more ways to help. During a writing exercise, giving a child an extra piece of paper to draw or to write anything they want, or just kind of doodle or something like that after they finish their assigned activity, is something that could help a child with ADHD to be occupied while their classmates finish. Seating a child with ADD or ADHD. A child with ADHD or ADD is very distracted, so keep them closest to the teacher and or closest to a student role model is best. It's not a good idea to put a child that has ADD or ADHD next to a window or a door or other students that have a tendency to be disruptive. It makes it harder for the child to focus. There are instructional tools that a teacher could use with a child that has ADHD, such as an egg timer or a pointer. A pointer is helpful while the student is reading because they can use it to follow along in a book, and an egg timer allows a child to know when the task is going to be over and how long the task is and when they are going to be ready to transition. A child's behavior. Ignore negative behaviors, avoid negative comments or commands, provide opportunities for the child to move, and teach them self-managing behavior. If you use these, a child will have more positive behaviors because they'll be in control of their own bodies, and you won't be constantly getting on a child for doing something that is a negative behavior. And here are my references.